Hey guys, it's Dean. Welcome to Manful Yoga. This is a morning yoga workout to target your back and your shoulders. And this is part of a morning yoga series we are releasing in early 2022. So follow along, do your best. No equipment required, no experience required. I'll walk you through everything. And then be sure to like this video if you find it useful and subscribe so you don't miss out on those future morning yoga videos we're going to be having coming out in the next week or so. All right, we'll start off on the ground in a tabletop position with some cat-cow. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips in a tabletop position. Make sure your spine is neutral. Pull your shoulders down and away from the ears. Press the top of your head away from your hips. Take a deep breath in, and as you inhale, arch your back, look forward, reach your tailbone up. And then as you exhale, tuck your chin in toward your throat, separate your shoulder blades, look between your legs, toward the belly button, around your back, and then inhale and arch again. So you want to go at your own pace here, maybe getting a 4 or 5, 6, maybe even a 7-second inhale, and then matching that with an exhale of a nice long duration too. As you're inhaling and arching, make sure that you're opening up your chest, pulling your shoulder blades together, and keeping space through your neck. Don't just allow your neck to collapse. As you're exhaling and rounding, spread your shoulder blades. Make sure you're feeling that stretch in your upper back. Reach your tailbone down, tuck your chin. And then 3 more of these. So cat-cow is just a really nice spinal mobility exercise. Really good for any workout as a warm-up, and really nice to help you start your day, just to work out some of the kinks in your back and make sure there's no stress or pain in your back for the first few hours of the day. Last round. Exhale. Okay. Nicely done. From here, we're going to move into a bird dog, so you can keep your hands on the ground. Go ahead and extend your left arm forward, thumb facing up, and then without moving your hips, bring your right leg straight back, press your heel away from your body, flex your toes toward you, and then press in opposite directions. So the left hand presses forward, reaches up, the right leg presses back. Lift your belly button in toward your low back so your core is engaged. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Feel your whole pelvic floor area expand. And then as you exhale, squeeze your core. Squeeze out all the air. Try to expel all the air from your lungs. 2 more breaths here. Getting nice, full diaphragmatic breathing. And by that, I just mean fully using your diaphragm, fully using your lungs. Filling up all the way from the base of your spine up through your rib cage. All right, and then release your left hand down. Bring your right leg down. We'll go straight into the other side. Lift your right arm up, thumb facing up, extend it, lock out the elbow. And then without moving your hips, bring your left leg straight back, press your heel back, flex your toes toward you, lift your belly button up, feel your abs engaged, just like you would for a plank. And then again, as you inhale, I want you to feel your belly filling up. And as you exhale, squeezing out all that air. 2 more breaths here. Nice long breaths. And if your breathing is a little bit shorter than that, then we're kind of going on my breath with the cadence here, so you might do 3 or 4 or even 5 breaths. All right, go ahead and release the hand down. Release your knee down. From here, we're going to move into a child's pose. Bring your knees wide, your big toes to touch. Walk your arms out in front of you. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Press your hands firmly into the ground. Lock out your arms and release your head toward the ground. Your forehead might not touch the ground. If you notice that it's hanging up off the ground, that's okay. Keep your spine neutral. So you want to keep your back mostly flat. If you notice it rounding, then think about pulling your chest forward a little bit. Same breathing here. You want to breathe in and out of your nose. Really big, exaggerated breaths. You'll feel the stretching here through your armpits, You might also feel some relief through your low and your mid back and some stretching in your hips as well. 2 more breaths here in child's pose. And hopefully you're already noticing your body loosening up and noticing some changes just in how you're feeling. All right, go ahead and release. From here, we're going to go onto the ground, flat onto your chest for a cobra. Extend your legs back, point your toes as far as they'll go. Press your feet into the floor. Zipper your legs up from your toes all the way up through your hips. And then use your hands to pull yourself forward. Not push yourself, but pull yourself up and forward. Hug your elbows in tight to your sides. And then pull your shoulder blades down and in toward one another. Tuck your chin, and then pull your chin in toward your throat. Pull your neck up and back. And continue to breathe. Your breathing will probably get labored here a little bit. That's okay. Going to be here for 10 more seconds. Really good pose for waking your body up here. Also for posture and energy. And release down. Okay. Nicely done. From here, we're going to go back to that child's pose position with your knees wide, your big toes touching. Bring your hands kind of just in front of your knees. From here, we're going to move into a needle thread. This is going to help your mid-back and your upper back. So I want you to slide your left hand between your right hand and your right knee. Do your best to release that left shoulder to the ground. Relax the left side of your head down. And then press your right hand into the ground and do your best to look upward toward the ceiling. And you're focusing on a twist here through your mid-back. You should feel some stretching through your outer left shoulder blade or the inner left shoulder blade. And do your best to maintain that slow, controlled breathing. If you find that it's difficult to breathe, don't go as deep into the twist. We're going to do 3 more breaths here. And again, hopefully you're feeling your body changing and opening up here. And what's really going to make the difference is if you can start to be consistent, doing these workouts on a consistent basis 3 times per week at least. All right, let's switch sides and come back to that neutral kind of child's pose position. Slide your right hand through your left hand and your left knee. Release that right shoulder down. Look over toward the left. Relax the right side of your head down. Press down lightly through your left hand. You can even start to look up at the ceiling to accentuate that twist. Try to keep your butt down and toward your heels. Don't let your butt come too far forward. You want to keep that low back neutral. And again, here, breathing in and out of your nose. As you inhale, trying to fill up all the way from your base of your spine up through your rib cage. And as you exhale, exhaling completely, squeezing out all the air. 2 more breaths here. All right, and go ahead and come back to the middle. Nice job there. From here, we're going to move into a side plank. This is really good for your core and your shoulders. I'm going to have you rest your right forearm on the ground. You can start level 1 with your knees stacked and your hips driving up and your elbow under the shoulder. Roll back your left shoulder so that you have a straight line from your elbow through your shoulders. And then again, drive your hips up. If you want to make this more challenging, you can stagger your stance, knees lifted, resting on the sides of your feet, or you can even stack your feet for a more challenging variation. If you want to make it even more challenging, extend your left arm up. Just make sure that your hips and your shoulders are facing straight to the outside. Don't roll back that top hip. And then breathe in and out of the nose. We'll do about 15 more seconds here, so about 2 breaths. And it does take a while to get used to that slow breathing, so if you're new to this and the breathing is hard, that's okay. That's expected. It's going to take some time to adjust. All right, and then release. And then let's switch sides. So resting on your left forearm now. You can start with the knees stacked, driving the hips up. Getting the hips up is the most important part of this, so choose the variation here based on the ability to get your hips up. If you notice the hip sinking, then go to the easier variation. You can stagger your stance, or you can stack the feet. Drive your hips up. Make sure your hips are on top of one or the other. Extend your right arm up if that's possible. Maybe even look up at your right hand. Breathe in and out of your nose. Keep it controlled. A couple more breaths here. And again, I just want to emphasize the importance of that consistency. And the easiest way to do that is following a program. Be sure to check out my app and my website, Manful Yoga, manfulyoga.tv, to learn more about that. Link in the description. All right, go ahead and release. From here, we're going to move into a low lunge. So I'm going to have you step your right foot up, keep your left leg back. You can either hover that left knee off the ground or rest it lightly on the ground. Just don't dump all your weight into that left knee. And then lift your arms up, lift your chest toward the ceiling, squeeze your arms back as far as they'll go. And as you inhale, continue to get taller. And as you exhale, squeeze the arms back. Breathe in and out of your nose. And you should really feel your chest stretching here. And if it's hard, that's okay. It just takes some time, takes some consistency to get better. But again, if you can do this stuff 3 times per week, you're going to notice improvements in just your first couple of weeks. 2 more breaths here. And what's really cool is you'll feel better immediately after your workout. So after you finish this workout, you're just going to feel a lot better. All right, release. And then we'll switch sides. Left leg forward, right leg back. Keep the toes tucked. Allow the hips to sink forward. Bring your arms up. Squeeze them back. And as you're inhaling, lift your chest up toward the sky. And as you're exhaling, squeeze your arms further back. But maintain that length through your entire spine. Don't collapse through your back. When we're thinking about your back, we also want to stretch your hips. So that's why we're doing this lunge here, because stretching the muscles in the hips is going to release tension in the back. About 15 more seconds here. All right. And then release your hands. We're going to stand up. Last little series of poses here. Stick with me for this last little bit. Toes touching, heels an inch apart. Bring your arms overhead, interlace your index fingers, or all fingers, point your index fingers, take a deep breath in, get as tall as you can, and then as you exhale, lean toward your right, press your hips toward the left. As you inhale, expand through your ribs. So you want to feel yourself filling up with air all the way from the base of your spine through your rib cage, and in particular, really feeling this left rib cage filling up and stretching. 2 more breaths here. Stay tall. And then come back to the middle. Take a breath to reset. And as you exhale, lean toward the left, hips toward the right. So you want to feel the stretching through the right side of your rib cage to the shoulder. You're also going to feel your hips and your core working here. Press down through the feet and squeeze your thighs. Get as tall as you can, and then go deeper into the bend. If this is hard or it's challenging at first, that's a good thing. It means that your body's found something that can help it get stronger. So don't shy away from something if it's difficult. As long as there's no pain, then you can do it. And if you are feeling a little bit too much discomfort or pain, just don't go as deep into the pose. 1 more breath here. Come back to the middle. Last pose here. Squeeze your arms back. Open your arms up in a Y. Lift your chest up toward the ceiling. Squeeze your arms back as far as possible. Standing back bend. So 30 seconds here. And this is the final pose. This is really good for boosting your energy. It's really good for your back, for your core, your shoulders. So do your best. Make sure you're maintaining that height through your spine, and then go deeper. About 10 more seconds left. 5 seconds. And release. All right, we've got more of these morning yoga routines coming out to help you with 2022. Be sure to subscribe. Don't miss out on those. If you subscribe, you'll be the first to know when those new videos are released. Be sure to like this video if you found it helpful. And again, if you are looking to build more consistency and get the benefits of a consistent yoga practice, be sure to check out the Manflow Yoga app and members area. Link in the description below. Thanks, guys, for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one.